The following is a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the management or ownership of KSTP-AM 1500 ESPN.
This is the place to talk about everything related to the home. Buying or selling real estate, financing and improvements that can help increase your home's value. This is Minnesota Home Talk on Score North. Here's your host, Jason Walgrave.
Good morning, folks, and welcome back. This is Minnesota Home Talk, and we are live on 1500 ESPN, the original real estate show here on AM 1500 Radio. We are excited to be about our new show, name and time, starting this Wednesday, January 4th. Minnesota Home Talk will become U.S. Home Talk. It'll be live Wednesdays at noon on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Also podcasted through all of the major sites. The only way to connect, or the best way to connect with us, is our Facebook page and our website, MinnesotaHometalk.com.
When you say major sites, you're talking like MySpace, right?
No.
Oh.
So Spotify, iTunes, all the places that you find podcasts. Marcus Walgrave will be joining us as co-host. So it'll be myself, Marcus, Mike, Evan will be there, our great producer and insurance guru. And so excited to about the new name and time. Of course, we're going to very much miss all of the fantastic folks here at Hubbard Broadcasting. Rob is here, so I have to talk extra nice about Rob. So, but in all seriousness, we've had such an incredible run here on AM 1500. Just a wonderful experience, and we're going to miss all the folks here. But we're also excited about kind of that next chapter, which is U.S. Home Talk, noon on Wednesdays.
New chapter, new year.
New chapter, new year.
Man.
New Year's you know what? That's what we're going to do today. We've got some Timberwolves tickets to give away. We're going to give away 4 pair.
All 4 pairs.
We have 4 pair of Minnesota Timberwolves tickets to give away. To win those, simply text in your New Year's resolution. So text in your New Year's resolution. Our text number is 612-234-7585. Our text line to win Timberwolves tickets. We've got 4 pair to give away this morning. And the 4 best New Year's resolutions are going to win. You can text those New Year's resolutions to 612-234-7585. That is the text line, 612-234-7585. Or go to our Facebook page, folks. That's the best way to find us moving forward. Go to facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk. You can find us through Minnesota Home Talk or U.S. Home Talk. Both places will get you to the same place. But you can, in the comment section, you can put your New Year's resolutions on there as well. So facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk, or you can text in those answers to 612-234-7585. That is the text line. What is your New Year's resolution? The more creative, weird, or odd ones are more likely to win. Just to give you a tip, folks. Text line again, 612-234-7585. All right, we got Theodore. He's in the studio here, so he'll be coming on and talking about some wrestling, maybe talk about some football. So he's got some stuff going on. We're heading to a big wrestling tournament after this. So
nice. Where's that at?
Hey, who's that? Theodore. I thought your name was Theodore. What's it say up there? Looks like it says Tiny Tim up on the screen.
Yeah.
Are you going to wrestle Evan after this?
What?
So, we're going to talk about market updates. I did stats from yesterday, so I pulled up market stats, and then we'll compare them to last month as well. And some changes. There's some pretty big numbers in there that we'll be talking about. We're talking about mortgage rates. We're going to be talking about our predictions for 2023. I want to talk about a few different offers that I've written in the last week, and just kind of where we're at, what's going to happen in the next month, what's going to happen in the next 3 months, what we're predicting. And of course, we always answer all questions related to real estate. Giving away 4 pair of Minnesota Timberwolves tickets this morning. Text in your New Year's resolution to our text line of 612-234-7585. That is the text line, 612-234-7585. 7585. Mortgage Mike Ouverson here, Luminate Home Loans, Jason Walgrave. With Walgrave Real Estate Group and the Minnesota Real Estate Team at RE/MAX Advantage Plus. We have Evan Little with Paragon, and he is also our great producer as well. Folks, we'd love to hear from you. Anything and everything real estate related. So you can ask questions, or you can just simply send us your New Year's resolution. Our text line to win tickets to the Timberwolves, we're giving away 4 pair today, is 612-234-7585. That is the text line, 612-234-7585. Or go to Facebook.com. You can stream us live on there as well, and you can ask questions in the comment section. What do you think, Ouverson? You excited for 23?
I am.
I am too.
I am, because I think the start of 2023 is going to be much better than the end of 2022.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with that. Very excited.
Well, it's interesting because, the interest rates kind of skyrocketed in September? September, first part of October.
I mean, they've been on a ramp up ever since really
July.
March, April, to be honest with you.
Yes.
But, when a rate goes from 3.25 to 4, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
Right.
And then as the rate continues goes up and it goes over 5 and then it goes over 6, then it really starts hitting people's radar, right? So it went over 6 probably in that September range.
Yep.
And that's when really people were like, oh, this is a real thing, right? So that, but basically since March, really, if you want to go back, I think it's actually closer to the end of January. Okay. Rates did start their ramp up, and it just kept going. What happened?
Because they got almost 8, didn't they? Wasn't there a couple days where it was high 7s?
I think 7.625.
Okay,
it was the highest one I locked at.
Yep.
So they did creep up there.
Yep.
And that was still towards top tier credit score. I did have a couple people looking at that point where their credit scores were not top tier, and they were up in the 8.
Yeah.
They were right around 8, I think, if I remember correctly. So, but they've come down nicely since then, and they've come down to normal, right?
Yes.
So we always look at that. We always look at trends, right? So our interest rates just went way down, went way low, lower than they've ever been in history, right?
And lower than they'll probably ever be in history.
Right. So when you do that, it's got to offset at some point, right?
Yep.
So you go to the lowest in history to the highest in history at least not in history, but the highest that I've seen in my career since June of 2004.
Yep.
This interest rate environment that we just got out of in the fall of 2022 was the highest rates that I've seen in my 19-year career.
Yep.
Right? So we went to the lowest to the highest that I've seen, and now we're leveling back off. Now we're going back to what would be considered normal.
Yes, and the normal is still far less than the 40-year average,
right?
Because the 40-year average interest rate is 8.25.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we can stay, low 6s, I mean, if we can get mid 5s, I think that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. You have an opportunity to buy rates down to the high 4s, and in certain samples. So I think that. And we've been talking in the last month or so how important it is to take advantage of the market conditions if you're a buyer. Ironically, in the last week, I've written 3 offers. All 3 are in multiple offers. And these are properties that range in price from $305 all the way up to $850. And so that was surprising because I didn't think that was really the multiple offers were gonna really start coming through heavy until after the Super Bowl. But, people are, they see the opportunity out there. And so, luckily, or not luckily, strategically, we got 2 out of those 3 multiple offers accepted. And so that was fantastic. I think, this year, the inventory, I don't think is going to be much different than last year, this year meaning 2023. So I don't think there's this huge flood of inventory coming. I think it's going to remain, the levels very similar to 22. I think that the spring of 23 is going to be very similar to the spring of 22. I think it's going to be nuts, and we've got, thankfully over the years, we've built strategies to win in multiple offers. We have the skills and the tools to get our offers accepted based on our experience, based on our reputations in the business. I mean, I can't tell you how many offers we get accepted during a given year because, Mike, you're the loan officer. And they know you, and they know our team, and they know the reputations that we have of getting things done in the business. They're not worried about a closing. I have agents all the time call and say, "Yep, they're going with your offer. We know you and we know Mike, and we know the deal is going to get done. The other offer was even a little bit higher in dollar value, but we don't know the agent. We don't know the loan officer. Seller's going with you because they trust it's going to get done.
Yep.
So critical in today's market.
And it's going to become even more important as we get into the spring, when we get back into multiple offers on everything, when we get back into, do you have to waive your inspection to get the seller to look at it? You run into those things again, and everyone's, probably listening to us kind of like, are we really going to get back to that?
Yeah.
We are.
Yes.
That spring is going to be back to that.
Yeah.
And that's why we say right now is the best time to buy. So December, January, February, right now is the best time to buy before we get into that type of market, March, April, May, because you're going to get the best terms in the house now.
Yes.
Once we get to that area, once we get to that time, everyone's going to jump back in the pool.
Yep.
And then we get multiple offers and everything, and then we go back to the cycle that we're in.
Yeah. And the inspection thing is tough, right? Because clients ask, all the time when we're multiple offers, do you recommend an inspection? Well, I always recommend an inspection. But the reality is that if you put an inspection in this offer, that there's 5 other offers, you're probably not going to get your offer accepted. So it puts buyers in a position where they know that an inspection is in their best interest, but they also know if they put that inspection in the offer, they're probably not going to get their offer accepted.
Right.
So it makes it tougher on buyers. I think still right now there's great opportunity out there. Some things to look at, new construction. If you got builders, whether they're national builders or local builders that are mid to large size, that have a bunch of spec homes, that have inventory that's been sitting there, there's opportunity there. Mm-hmm. National builders are offering some huge incentives, free basement finishings and all sorts of incentives on their spec homes that are just sitting there. Mm-hmm. Properties that have been on the market a long time, those are ones to look at. Those sellers are, likely more motivated because they have market time. And I think all of that is going to change when the spring market hits, which it's kind of started already.
We saw it this week.
We did.
We saw it this week. More applications coming in, more purchase agreements going out, more purchase agreements getting accepted. I mean, it was definitely a busier week, which ask anyone in the business, that week between Christmas and New Year's is usually, schedule whatever you want to do during those days because there's just nothing happening. Yeah. Not the case. Not the case at all this year.
Not the case at all. I mean, we've been talking about this all week. We've been in, Mike, you and I have been in the office every day this week. I was thinking this week it was going to be a little quieter, and it was not. I mean, the phones, we got phone calls coming in, we got texts and emails and showings and offers written, and it is, which is fantastic. I mean, we feel, very grateful that we have that much going on, but I would say that this week between Christmas and New Year's is one of my top 2 busiest weeks during that time of the year in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nuts this past week.
I would agree.
So I'm excited about that. We're excited to be, to have agents on our team. Your team is phenomenal to have this partnership where we know that we're going to give our clients the highest likelihood of getting deals accepted if they're buyers, even if we're in multiple offers, that if you're a seller, that we're going to get you the highest amount in the quickest time with the least amount of inconvenience. We've amazing tools out there. We have instant offer program. We have, sell now, move later programs. And so we have all the things that we think that buyers and sellers want and need right now. We have those resources to offer. And so I'm really excited about 23. And it's, spring market has begun.
Oh, and the other thing too is, I mean, we've worked for how many years together now? Well, 19?
19.
You've been in the business for how many years? 23?
23. Since 99, so yes.
23 years, 19 years for me. We've basically done hundreds of deals together through those 19 years together. And we think like each other at this point, right?
Yes.
So I know what you're thinking before you're thinking it type of deal. So that means that I can be more efficient on my end of what you need and what your buyers need, as you're going out there for showings and things like that and vice versa.
Yep.
We just know how each other work and think. And Jason, I know Jason's going to want this. I know that this is going to have to happen on this deal if we want to get it done.
Yep.
And it's done like that.
Well, and I think the other thing that we've done a good job at is over the years, as we see things that, maybe other top agents or other top loan offers are doing as a part of their process. We recognize those and we say, man, we need to implement that to what we're doing to make the process more efficient, to give our clients the best possible representation. So I think we've got the most stuff to offer based on all of our years of experience, based on the willingness to evolve in the business and provide all of the different tools and features that clients want. And so it's an exciting time to be in real estate for sure. And looking forward to 2023. Folks, we got Timberwolves tickets to give away, four pair, in fact. We're going to pick out the 4 best New Year's resolutions. I'll give you a hint. The weirder it is or the more wild it is, the more likely it is you're going to win. You can text your New Year's resolutions to our text line, which is 612-234-7585. 612-234-7585. That is the text line. Also go to our Facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk page. In the comment section, you can put in your New Year's resolutions. The 4 best are going to win. We're going to define best as, probably the wildest ones or kind of the weirdest ones, something that's different. If you'd like to go to a Timberwolves game, go to Facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk. In the comment section, tell us about your New Year's resolution. You can also ask real estate questions, as always, anything and everything real estate related, whether you're thinking about buying, selling, investing in real estate, questions about mortgages, refinancing, credit scores, home improvement, new construction. Let us know. Go to Facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk in the comment section, or you can text your New Year's resolutions or your real estate questions to our text line, which is 612-234-7585. The text line again, 612-234-7585. All right, let's take a look at market stats. You want to help with these, Theodore?
Sure.
You want to get in here? All right, we'll get you in here.
Theodore, what's your favorite subject at school? Math? It's got to be math, right? Perfect.
Kind of a math guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
You are the perfect candidate for helping us out here with this then.
All right, Theodore. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at, I want you to read the second number right here, okay, buddy? So inventory of homes for sale.
That one?
Yep, right here. The top one.
7,258.
Yep. And a year ago, we were at
6,196.
Correct. So we're up. Inventory is up 17% from this time last year, right? That's pretty incredible. That was a big number that I looked at and I said, what? Well, it is. It's up 17% from this time last year. Just a month ago when I ran the stats, we were at 8,800 listings. Now we're only at 7,200. And so the inventory last month was up 8% from the year ago, but right now today we're up 17%.
So percentage-wise, yes, year after year, it sounds big. 7,100 homes is not big.
Not big.
Right? That's an extremely low inventory market that we're going into in the spring. You look at the last 4 or 5 years, we're going into the new year with 6,100 to 8,100 homes, right? You look at the last 4 springs. What have the last 4 springs been like?
Yeah.
Multiple offers. Going over list price, waiving your inspection.
Yep.
You're not getting any seller pays.
Yeah.
It's a repeat. It's a repeat, folks. It's not going to be any different this year. It's going to be a repeat of last year and the previous 4 years.
And so even though inventory is up 17%, there's still only 1.8 homes per buyer right now. That's it. And so less than 2.
Right.
Less than 2 homes per buyer. Pending home sales in the last 3 months. Mr. Theodore, pending home sales in the last 3 months.
No, that one?
Yep.
9,805.
Okay, and last year at this time?
15,155.
So that's down 35%. Folks, that's down 30. Pending home sales in the last 3 months are down 35% from this time last year. That's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was, I mean, I believe it because I see it out there. I think that many real estate agents and mortgage professionals from Thanksgiving to the first week in January work less than they do during the rest of the year. And so that has something to do with it. The winter months have something to do with it. People would rather not move in the winter, although I think there's great opportunity to move in the winter. But that's a big number, down 35% from this time last year. Median sale price. This is also interesting. This is something to look at. Currently, the median sale price is
$354 million?
Thousand. Yes. That's good. And last year?
339,000.
Yep. 900.
900.
Good job, buddy. Okay, so a month ago, though, the median sale price was $362,100, and today we're $354. So the median sale price has decreased in the last month. We've been looking for that, right? Because the question is our value is going to go down? Our value is going to go? Are they going to drop? I think overall, I don't think that's going to happen. But why has this happened in the last month? One of the big reasons is because you have all these new construction properties out there that have taken some pretty big discounts. You've got people that in September and October were still thinking it was June, July, and so they were pricing them at the highest possible point, maybe even overpricing a little bit, and that just doesn't fly anymore. So there's a median sale price has gone down because of that. There's an adjustment in prices. I don't think values are going to drop in 2023. I think they're still going to increase. I think they're going to increase between 4% and 6% across the board.
But Jason, how can you say that with where interest rates are at and where home sales are at? Like, we've seen it. Look at the last month; they've gone down 8,000. How can you say that?
Well, I'm saying that for two major reasons. One, because I'm really smart.
Yep. Okay.
No, but it's the supply. Our supply is so low. The demand to buy homes is very, very high. And interest rates are, they're decent, in low sixes. I think they're good in the mid fives. I think they're fantastic anywhere in the fours. And you have the ability with buy downs and different programs out there to get some really good rates. And I think that demand and because the supply is so low, it is going to drive the price. They're going to continue to appreciate. Not like we've seen. I don't think we're going to see 8, 9, 10% appreciation, but I think we're going to see somewhere between 4 and 6 in most neighborhoods.
Yeah, I would agree.
Affordability index. Here's another number. We haven't seen this number. I don't know, Evan, that you've ever seen this number. Theodore, what is the current the affordability index?
95.
Correct. And last year?
142.
I don't think we've dropped below 100. Not in 10 years.
I don't think so either.
We've never had a number below 100 before.
We've never, 13 years. I don't recall the number ever being below 100. So what is the affordability index, Mike?
So the affordability index is a measure of the average cost of a home in a particular market against the average income in that market. So if the affordability index is at 100, that means the average income made in a particular market is exactly what needs to be made in order to afford the average home. If the affordability index is 200, that means the average income for that market is twice as much that is needed to afford the average home.
Right.
I'm curious about this. Maybe we've talked about this before, but I'm not sure. What do they define as affordability? Is it like 1/4 of the income dedicated to a mortgage payment, blah, 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 or something like that?
It's a great question.
That is a great question.
I don't know the exact parameters that they use for that.
Yeah. But you know what's good? Evan's got Google over there.
I could look it up.
He's going to Google this.
He's going
up.
to ask Jeeves.
We're the answer team here. We're supposed to know.
Can you ask Jeeves for us? Does that even exist
Who's
anymore?
Jeeves?
I don't know. Some butler. Isn't he a butler that answers questions?
Good. So that's below 100. Why? Because the values are up, interest rates are up. I don't know. What's income look like? I don't think income has gone down at all. But it certainly hasn't gone up as much as the interest rates and prices have.
Well,
It's the interest rates driving this for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. If our interest rates, so let's say they're at 6 1/4 today. If they're at 4 1/4, that affordability index is probably at 130.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I actually guessed correctly.
31%?
25%. 1/4 of the income to use to
25.
qualify.
Wow. There you go.
Because usually, like the rule of thumb in the industry is, your housing ratio should be 31% or less.
Or less. That's
Right.
the key.
Yeah.
So is that gross income or after tax? Net?
Qualify for a 30-year fixed loan on a typical single-family home without spending more than 25% of the income on payment for principal and interest. It doesn't define What I'm looking
Probably
at doesn't
gross.
define whether it's gross or
'Cause-
after tax. I'm assuming it's going to be gross.
Yeah, that's what mortgage companies use is gross income. We don't use after tax income. We use gross income. You know, then the rule of thumb is 31%.
Unless you're self-employed.
Well, no, we
I still use gross.
okay. So here's the thing. How about we use this? How about we say this? What the dollar amount that you get taxed on
Yep.
is what can
There
be
you go.
used.
Your
Yep.
gross stated and valuated income.
Yes. Your gross taxable income.
Your gross taxable income.
Got
That's
it.
what we should. That's a better way to put it. That's really what can be used to qualify.
All right, so we got homes per buyer, Mr. Theodore. Where are we at for homes per buyer right now?
1.8.
And last year,
1.2.
1.2. So that's up 50%, although that isn't even half a home.
Hey,
That's up.
you get a half more house to look at.
I mean, it's a pretty big difference, truthfully.
I mean,
Yeah, there's some nice half homes out there.
so you can go look at one single family and half of a duplex.
Yeah.
That's what you have to choose from.
This is
Can't buy the
my
whole
take on
duplex.
this. It's still 50% more. It's still 50% less pressure on the market.
Right. That's true. That's true. All right, days on market currently
40.
40 in the last year.
30.
So it's taken, 33% longer to sell homes, going from 30 days on the market to 40 days on the market. 40 days on the market still isn't a long time to be on the market.
No.
I think if we get above 60 days on the market, that to me is a long market time. But depending on the property and the amenities of that property, it may sell quicker or take a little bit longer. So, and the average home is selling for. What is the percentage of list price?
97.2.
Yes, and last year.
99.8.
So that's down 2.6%. So homes are selling for 97.2% of the list price, whereas last year at this time it was nearly 100%. But that's what we just got done talking about. Right now there's opportunity to get some seller concessions, to get some seller paid closing costs. Maybe it's a rate buy down. Maybe there's some repairs that are needed from the inspection. And so there's opportunity, real opportunity right now for buyers to get more than you did in the summer of 22 or than you probably will in the spring of 23.
I would agree with that. I would be curious to see, and I think that's a seasonal deal. I don't think that's a current market deal.
Yep.
I think if we look seasonally, look at the last 10 years,
During December.
look at sale price versus list price in December and January, and you're going to see that every single December, January, homes sell for under list price.
Yep.
If you look at, and let's include February in there too. Let's put December, January, and February in there, right? If you look March through November, I think our sales price is 100% or over list price on average year after year if you look even at the last 10 years.
It's driven all by the speed of the market at the time. This is the very slightly slower time of year.
Yeah.
And so that just factors into it.
And you're right. Historically speaking, this is the slowest time of the year in Minnesota for real estate.
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of that, see, now I'm digging into the numbers on this, and I'm looking at the affordability index nationally and so on. What was our number locally?
Affordability index locally right now is 95.
95. So we're still better than the national average,
What's the
which
national?
is 91.
Okay.
But what's interesting is we're nowhere near the region for the Midwest. 124.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
A year ago, almost 200. 195. So it's interesting. I think that looking at this data for actually the whole country, the more the denser the area, the more affluent the area.
Yep.
It seems like the number comes down more and more.
Yeah.
The qualifying income goes up and up,
Sure.
and that's what you'd expect.
Yeah, cost of living is going to be more in the metro areas. Does that include Chicago, the Midwest, in that?
I'm assuming that it
Okay.
does.
Yeah, probably.
Their regions that they have defined here are Northeast, Midwest, South, and West.
Yeah, probably.
So,
Yes.
Only 4.
yeah.
Hey, folks, would you like to go to Tim Rolf's game? We're giving away 4 pair of tickets this morning. 2 ways to win. You can text in your real estate question, anything and everything real estate related, or you can text in your New Year's resolution. Tip for you to win The more wild and weird they are, the more likely you're going to win. Text in those New Year's resolutions to our text line, which is 612-234-7585. The text line again is 612-234-7585. You can also go to facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk, and in the comment section, we are streaming live. The show is streaming live right now. You can put your comments or your answers in the comment section, either question-related real estate or what is your New Year's resolution, giving away 4 pair of tickets to the Timberwolves this morning. Text line again, 612-234-7585. The text line is 612-234-7585. And then, of course, go to facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk. You can, in the comment section, give us your answers there. It's New Year's Eve.
It is. Do you got a New Year's resolution?
No, I don't.
I'm not a big resolution guy. I don't usually do that. Do you got one, Evan, at all? Are you a resolution guy?
I mean, no, not really.
No. I mean, I'll tell you what I'd like to do more, which it's, every year I want to read more, like books.
Yeah.
I think that's probably at the number one of what I need to do, or you could put in the resolution category. I need to read more books.
So first step is learning to read.
Yeah.
Step number.
Gotta start.
Man, I just T-balled that one. There you go.
That was way too easy. That was too easy one.
We did have a resolution come in from Andy. He wants to buy another rental property. Way to go, Andy.
Nice.
And lose 30 pounds.
That's solid. I think weight loss is probably the number one resolution, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So
I would think so.
So what do you think the best way to lose weight is? Is it
eat less, do more? There you go. I have solved. If you are thinking of your New Year's resolution to be, I want to lose X amount of weight, then what you do is you eat less and you do more, and you will achieve that goal.
What do you think is more important, eating less or doing more?
Eating less.
Yeah, I think your diet comes before the workout. I mean, you got to work out. There's all the good things that come from working out.
Working out is for chumps.
but I think you can start with your diet. Start with your diet. Get a handle on it, and then add in the workouts later. But I think diet has more. I think it has a more effect on your weight than workouts do.
Absolutely.
So
you dial that in first. Workout. I mean, literally workouts for people who don't do anything, right? Or they're very, very seldom do they do it. If you literally just walk for 30 minutes a day, right? You would be amazed at how effective just walking for 30 minutes a day is in weight loss. Yep. It's incredible.
It's huge. Get one of those step counters. Count your steps on either on your watch or Fitbit or whatever. I mean, that's a great way to keep track of it. And set a goal of so many steps per day, but the diet is huge. I mean, it's probably the number one thing that most of us have to keep an eye on is just sugar. All
Absolutely.
the different variations of sugar out there. If we can reduce or cut that back, that's gonna help, folks. I got a sweet tooth.
I like sweets too.
Yes, but your sweet tooth is more managed than mine is.
Yeah, there's definitely been some work on my end of limiting that.
So buy an investment property and lose 30 pounds. That's a phenomenal resolution. We can absolutely help Andy with the first one. And so,
you know what? We can help with the second one too.
We can help with it. We're giving advice this morning.
I mean, absolutely. If you want a 5x5 workout program that'll definitely help your lifts or whatever, we can do that.
We can do that.
Yeah,
we have that available.
We had another one come in. New Year's resolution is to become a better father as well as a better man in general. And that's from Daniel.
That's solid. That's a really good one. So a follow-up question. And this is not only New Year's resolutions, but I do this with my team. We set our goals and the yearly goals, and they as they write them down like a New Year's resolution, you've got this goal, right? So this follow up question is, well, how are you going to get to the goal? And so you got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're likely not going to get to the goal. And so there's two parts of it.
Well, I got an answer.
Yes.
To be a better father and a better man, eat less, do more.
Man, you could just apply that to about anything. I'd have to be a better real estate agent.
Eat less, do more.
Eat less, do more.
Man,
That's a problem if eating is getting in the way of being a good real estate agent. So you definitely would need to eat less and do more.
Eat less, do more.
There is one thing that it wouldn't work for. If your goal is to gain weight,
That's true.
eat less, do more is not going to help you do that.
we could probably have a whole show where all of our answers are just that.
Eat less, do more.
Every question that comes in, then
I'm
just
struggling with my listing. Like buyers don't seem to be interested in the photos. Well, the answer is to eat less, do more.
Eat less, do more.
right.
I love it. All right, folks, if you'd like to win Timberwolves tickets, giving away 4 pair this morning, you can text us your real estate questions or your New Year's resolutions. The more wild and weird they are, the more likely you are to win. You can text those New Year's resolutions into our text line, which is 612-234-7585. The text line, folks, is 612-234-7585. Text in your New Year's resolutions. The 4 best are going to win a pair of tickets to the Timberwolves. We got 4 pair to give away this morning. You can also go to our Facebook page, go to Minnesota Home Talk, and in the comment section, you can list your New Year's resolutions as well. Facebook.com, Minnesota Home Talk. What is your New Year's resolution? Giving away 4 pair of Timberwolves tickets. All right, so we went over stats. There's homes that are on the market that are not selling right now. And why is that?
Because they need to eat less and do more.
They need to eat less and do more. Okay, so we're gonna go through some reasons why the home hasn't sold. Number one reason is that your photos are terrible,
Hideous.
They are awful, and it's, folks, it is remarkable to me that even at this point in the real estate world, that agents and the sellers, because as a seller, look, you're signing off on this marketing material, right? I mean, you're approving it or you're not approving it. How can you have bad photos? It is the most important part of all the marketing advertising that you do for the home. You got to have high definition, professional photos. That's number one on the list.
I'm just going to grab a couple of quick snaps on my cell phone and throw them up. It'll be fine.
Yeah, with the garbage cans and the car in the driveway.
Oh, yeah, no, why would we clean?
Yeah.
We're not moving out yet. Jason.
This is shocking.
And dishes all over the kitchen table or, on your countertop and sink full of, that type of stuff.
Yes.
It's like,
I wanted the house to look lived in for the photos.
I wanted a natural feel.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
I want people to be able to envision themselves living here. You know what I mean? So let's have some kid toys, all over the living room floor, and let's have a couple throw pillows slapped around somewhere.
It just occurred to me that we call prepping a home for sale, companies that do this.
Yes.
It's staging,
Yes.
right? However, I think that's the wrong title, because when I think of staging, what I'm thinking of is theater or movies or, any number of pieces of entertainment. And the goal there is to do the exact opposite. It is to put the dirty dishes on the counter.
Yes.
It is to make the place look like
point.
someone's been living there for months.
Yes.
And, not to, it's the first thing that jumps out at you when you watch a low budget movie of, they rented an Airbnb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just there's no sign that people live here. There is no photos on the walls, all that kind of stuff. They cheaped out. But that is exactly what you want for a staged home, because it's a blank slate.
Right.
And that's exactly what you want for your photos on your listing, because, my God, I have seen some wild stuff.
I mean, I have seen some shockingly terrible photos. And then we've gone to houses, where we're doing showings, and it's just, I can't even believe some of the stuff that we've seen over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, jaw dropping. I can't believe I'm seeing this right now at the showing.
Have you ever had a buyer ask you if you're showing them a distressed property?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
is this a
where
foreclosure?
They thought it was a regular listing, and
we've gone through and they're like, "Oh, something's going on here."
Is this a foreclosure? And it's like,
did
no.
they bail?
No.
And something's going on. They have to sell it.
That's what would happen if they came to my house right now. It's a mess.
We'd get it clean for you. We'd send Melissa in, and she'd get it all worked out.
Yeah.
But that's funny you say that, they have to sell. That's
Right.
how buyers think.
Yes.
Something's going on. Oh, they have to sell. let's go in. We got to lowball them.
Why is everyone
what I mean?
lowballing me?
Yes.
Might be because of your photos.
Photos, and yeah, absolutely. So number 1 on the list, your photos are terrible. Number 2, it's overpriced, folks. And I'll tell you what, we talk about being overpriced. So let's go back 6 months. Let's go back to like June of 22. In the previous 18 plus months, the market was arguably the hottest it's ever been for sellers, and all these crazy multiple offers and all these wild offers. But still, even in that market, when it was a hottest seller market that we've ever seen, if it was overpriced, it did not sell. Okay, we're not in that crazy seller market anymore. We're more in a more of a I guess normal market, balanced market,
Normal-ish.
You cannot overprice your homes; they will not sell.
But Jason, they can always offer less.
Yes.
We'll entertain taking less than the list price. They'll just offer less then.
They won't. They won't.
They won't?
9 out of 10 buyers will not even make an offer on a house that they want if it's overpriced. They won't do it. And so
They might not even look at it.
Absolutely.
This is another key thing. With everyone doing internet searches and stuff.
Yes.
You type in a parameter, you say, I am willing to pay X amount for a home. I want to buy something that's $350,000. You're going to type in $351,000, right? In case someone has accidentally put an extra dollar on there, you're not going to type in 360 or 370 or 380 because there's plenty of options in that bracket already.
Plenty of options, and if you're looking at other homes that are $350,000 that are priced right, guess what? They're gonna be nicer homes,
right?
And
they're gonna be priced correctly, and you're gonna go, what are why would I want to entertain this?
Yeah, because
why do I want to play
house.
this game?
Exactly. So it just doesn't. You're not going to get the offer, folks. If you're a seller, price it correctly. Make sure that you have hired an experienced, high-level real estate agent or team, and they know how to do a market analysis. They can explain it to you. They can pull up the data, the information to support the values, and price it right. Because if it's overpriced, it will not sell. Right, Theodore? He says, All right, number 3 on our list. Your property hasn't sold because, and we just talked about this briefly, it shows badly. Look,
they're part and parcel of the same thing.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. I mean, if you've got pets, right? I love animals. We've got a dog. I think cats probably cause us the most challenges with listings at times. Not so much the cat itself, but maybe the litter box or the scent that the cat might leave throughout the house. If your house is showing badly, whether it's pets or whether it's just, stuff everywhere, it's not going to, buyers can't envision themselves living in that house if you've got piles of your stuff all over the place. They just can't do it. So if it shows badly, that's one of the reasons why it's not selling.
I mean, the people who can envision that are also not necessarily the people that you want to be making offers on your house.
No.
Because the people that envision that are the people that flip homes.
Yes.
And so on. They're already thinking in that mindset of, we're going to buy this, we're going to tear out these walls, this is all the work I need to do on it. And that means that the number that I'm willing to pay for this house goes down, down, because I'm thinking about the $50,000 of work I'm going to do to it.
Correct. And buyers, historically over the years, if they've seen issues that are with the house, whether it's repairs or just money that they have to spend, they're not going to just ask for the cost of making those repairs. They're going to ask for double or triple off the price.
The rule of 3, baby. We talk about the rule of 3.
Yes.
And to be fair, I think that's entirely reasonable because just the cost doesn't also represent the fact that it's going to be a disruption to your time and your life and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you got $2,500 worth of repairs, buyer's going to ask for $7,500 off.
Yep.
So let's, and on that note, we have contractors and handymen, and we have partners that we work with, and you can pay them at closing. So guess what? We can make all the repairs now. We can get the house looking as good as it possibly can, and you can pay at closing.
Yep.
So we have options to make sure that we can get you the most for your home, even if you don't want to take cash out of pocket right now to do so. All right, we're talking about reasons why your home hasn't sold. Number 4 on our list, it's because it's invisible. Okay.
That's cool.
What does that mean? It means no one can see it. That's what it means. So again, have you hired a top agent or team? Have they explained and presented their marketing plan? How are they going to market and sell your home? So I sell houses. I help people buy houses. I help people sell houses, but I'm in the marketing business, right? My job is to market a home to the most potential buyers, exposure.
Yep.
And that means all the home buying websites. That means getting it out on social media. That means getting out everywhere that we think potential buyers can be. You have to be in front of as many potential buyers as possible. That's how you sell the home for the most amount in the quickest time. It's about exposure. If you can't find your listing, how's anybody gonna know?
Right?
You know,
Can't buy something that you don't know that it's there.
Exactly. So that's number 4 on the list.
Came up with a good idea. Going along with that,
Let's hear it.
I think you need to reach out to these car warranty places.
Yes.
And then have them work partnership with them, and have them then say, hey, it looks like you need a car warranty. And then when the people say no, or if they say yes, maybe whatever, be like, oh, also, you looking for a house in Savage? I got a nice listing here for you.
Those guys are relentless.
That's what I'm saying.
Those guys are How many calls do you get a week from a warranty company?
Oh,
I probably get
countless.
a couple a month. I mean,
It's like finally stopped for me.
it's.
I'm getting other ones now.
I'm getting a lot more calls, like spam calls, like 6, 7 a day.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's. I love it when they call like 3 times in 10 minutes, but then they don't leave a message.
Yeah, I like that too.
Makes me really
Absolutely.
happy. Appreciate that, guys. All right, why isn't your home selling? Number 5 on the list. Well, it's because your listing is tired and stale.
It's so sleepy.
It's tired, stale, and so sleepy. What does that mean? You've been in the market too long. You've been in the market too long. Okay. Average days on market right now, what do we say it was 30?
It was 40,
40?
I think.
40.
Yeah, so it's 40 right now.
Yeah, it was 30 last year.
30 last year, 40 today. So if your house has been on the market for, 80 days, 60, 70, 80 days, everybody that sees that is asking the same question. What's wrong with it?
Why has it been on so long?
What's wrong with it?
Well,
must gotta
sometimes
be
it's
something wrong with
self-apparent because it comes back to what we were talking about before.
Absolutely.
And the house is listed for $100,000 more than it should be, and that's why it's sitting. Because they could come make an offer. Yes, they could, but they haven't,
And they won't.
And now your home's been on the market for a quarter and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the big reasons is it's just been on the market. It's tired. Been on the market too long.
Yep. And it's just, and when buyers look, right? So when they get that email from their agent saying, hey, a new listing came in the market, whatever,
Yes.
right? So it does pull up probably their full list that they've seen already, and then the new ones that they haven't seen.
Yes.
And they might go back through some of the ones and be like, let's go back through there. Maybe our feelings changed about one of them, whatever. But if that same one's been on there they're just like, oh, it's that one again. Next. Yep, next.
It's that
Yes.
one again.
That one's
Yes.
still on there? Oh, next. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, it's that type of thought process that people get. It's, oh, that thing's still on there? Like,
They see it. They see it. And folks, people remember pictures before they're going to remember an address of property. First, I want to give a shout out to Melissa Evans with Trend Staging. Phenomenal stager. I want to talk about 2 quick examples because this is right in line with what we're talking about. We had a property in Prior Lake, vacant, and priced really good. I mean, priced really aggressive in a fantastic neighborhood. And no, we didn't have any offers. We were on the market like 21 days, no offers. And I thought, man, this is such a nice house and it's a good deal. What's going on here, right? Took it off the market, did a little bit of paint touch-ups, and had it staged. Went back on the market, same price, back on the market, sold in 3 days. Multiple offers because we staged it.
there you go.
Another property we had on the market, and we had it priced, did a couple price reductions, wasn't selling. Great, good deal on the house, seemed to be priced right. Again, vacant. Took it off the market, had Melissa come in and stage it, put it back on the market for a higher price than we previously had on the market, sold in 2 days for that higher number because it was staged. And so staging is back, and it's so important. We got away with doing none of it for almost 2 years because of the crazy seller market.
Right.
But it makes such a huge difference.
And again, so when you take off the market, you put the staging in there, and then you put it back on the market.
Yep.
Again, it looks different. It looks completely different with the staging.
Yes.
Right?
In fact, I had an agent that showed it when it was vacant. She came back and showed it again to a different buyer after we staged it. And then she called me up afterward and she's like, I didn't even realize I was showing the same house.
Yeah.
I mean, and she's like, your stager did a phenomenal, completely different feel. The house looks fantastic. Love it. And this was an agent, not just a buyer.
Right.
You know, same address. Of course, we've gotten all pictures that are all staged. But it was, it's always great to hear that. So Melissa, fantastic job on your staging. All right. We're talking about why isn't your house selling, right? We just talked about, because it's invisible, nobody can find it. The marketing plan is blah, no good. Blah. Number 6 on the list is because your house won't appraise. Okay, so again, this kind of goes in line with it's overpriced. But I think it's easier to calculate this if you've got a townhome, right? Because we can figure out values a little bit more accurately in townhomes because it's just the same unit.
Right.
Same unit, same square footage. Yeah. Here's the last 3 that have sold. Here's what it's worth. You know, and so if it won't appraise, meaning if it's overpriced, it's not going to sell. You know, unless you get a cash buyer that doesn't care anything about the value, they just want that, which is super rare. Possible, but super rare.
Right.
So
because usually cash buyers are, I got cash.
Yep.
So there's no loan, there's no appraisal, there's not a whole lot that could go wrong.
Right.
As long as the title was clean and I can get clean title of the house, the money is there.
Yes.
So they typically look for a deal, right? They typically offer less.
Because they got cash.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a question kind of come in sort of semi-related to this, which is, you know, if you're representing a buyer and your offer is fully backed with financing and earnest money and all that, shouldn't a home inspection be in the contract? You can't trust the listing these days, right? Well, and so it's like there's all these pieces to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a really good question. We always recommend doing an inspection. If sometimes in multiple offers, if you put an inspection in there, you're not going to get the house. You know, so we talk about that. But yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity to do an inspection, especially if you're not in multiple offers, do one. You can't trust the listing. I mean, so here's the deal. In Minnesota, sellers are required, whether you're a owner occupant or an investor, you're required to disclose any material defects on the property. A material fact would be anything that affects the value or quiet enjoyment of the property. Doesn't matter if you've lived there or not.
Can I ask you a question,
yes.
Jason? Do sellers always disclose these things?
They don't. No, they don't. You know, and what's tough for a buyer is, let's say you buy the house. Let's say you buy the house, you close on it, and then you go downstairs to maybe do some renovation or remodeling, and you pull up the carpet, and there's mold everywhere. And and it's
clearly visible water stains.
Clearly visible water stains, and the carpet it wasn't attached. I mean, it had been pulled up in the, you know, and let's just call it the last year. What do? Well, your job as a buyer is you have to prove that the seller knew about that before they close on the house.
I've caught this stuff.
You have.
Where undisclosed claims, you know, like an insurance claim on a house could be non-relevant sometimes, sure. Absolutely. Sometimes it is absolutely relevant. Oh, yeah, we had a huge flood in the basement, and we forgot to mention that. Yeah, it's all repaired.
Yeah.
Is it? You didn't disclose that this happened, that, you know, like all this damage occurred and was repaired 18 months ago. And it's like, that can absolutely blow up a whole deal. Where I'm putting together an insurance package, and I'm like, oh, yeah, there was a giant water, you know, a $40,000 water claim on this property.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 18 months ago-ish.
And here's the thing. Buyers, my experience with buyers, they don't really care what's happened to the property as long as, 1, it's been disclosed, and 2, it's been repaired.
Been fixed.
Yeah. And how did it happen? So if
the red flag isn't that something happened.
No.
It's why wasn't this on the disclosure sheet?
Why wasn't it on there? Did you fix it?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you just for sellers, we always recommend. I'd rather have you over disclose than under disclose. And again, you know, buyers, it's not a big deal as long as you disclose it and you explain how it was remedied and prevent it from happening again. So if the roof leaked, did you fix it? and who fixed it? Did you have water in the basement? Great. Did you fix it? And how are we going to prevent it moving forward?
We fixed it by repainting over the mold stains.
We fixed
what we
spray
did.
kills everywhere.
We fixed the hole in the roof by chewing out some bubble gum. We stuffed it up in there. Hasn't leaked since. It's been great.
All right, number 8 on our list is this is huge right now. There's no heat or power in the house. Okay.
We don't see that a lot here, thank goodness.
No,
but it does happen.
It does happen. It does happen where there's no heat or electricity. It gets dark way too soon right now, and you got to have heat in the house. Showings are awful when you're going through an icebox house. It's not
because it's cold. Really cozy in
it's
here.
So nice. I see the potential.
Yeah.
That makes people go in and out quicker than what they want to.
Oh yeah, they're in and out.
You know
quick.
what I mean? Because it's cold, it's uncomfortable. If you can't see because there's no electricity, you can't see and you're using flashlight stuff.
Not good.
Yeah, it's just not going to work.
Folks, we are very excited about the new show. Minnesota Home Talk will become U.S. Home Talk Wednesdays at noon. Every Wednesday at noon, we will be live on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. We will have all of our podcasts on Spotify, iTunes, all the places that you find your podcasts. Mike Ouverson, Evan Little, Marcus Walgrave, and myself will be hosting, co-hosting. We'll be flying the ship of the new show. I'm super excited. U.S. Home Talk will be talking about some local real estate, but we'll also be talking about real estate nationally as well. So we'll bring in all of our tips, all the different things that we talk about each week. Every Wednesday at noon, live on Facebook and YouTube Live.
Starting this upcoming Wednesday.
Theoretically. So it will happen. And even if it's from our phone, that show will happen. We ordered some stuff, and it looks like it's coming on. Some cameras and stuff. It's coming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We got Evan. We got Evan setting everything up. What could possibly go wrong?
It'll probably be fine. I'm more worried about the other end of it, getting everything logged in and set up, because we haven't done any of that.
Yeah, we better do that. We got plenty of time. Days.
We got plenty of time.
We'll make sure we get there 5 minutes early before the show. Make sure it all works quick.
We should probably do like a dry run or something on Tuesday. That's not going to work.
I'm already doing a call with Marcus on Tuesday to make sure his setup is locked
Perfect.
down.
There you go. We're fine.
But Wednesday, the whole morning is going to be dedicated to making Wednesday work.
So get there at 11:30?
No.
All right, folks. Happy New Year. Be safe, and we appreciate everyone tuning in. We'll see you on Wednesday at noon.
Absolutely.
Minnesota Home Talk will become U.S. Home Talk. Folks, Happy New Year. Have a great week.
Happy New Year, Theodore.
Thank you.
Welcome.
This has been a paid program. The views expressed were not necessarily